Alright guys, welcome back to another tutorial. This one is going to be for another kind of crosshair. This one's going to be more of a dynamic crosshair. It's going to move as you, it's going to actually get bigger as you move. So I couldn't figure out how to do it like where it's on top of everything like the other crosshair, but I think this is fine. Again, looks better with the weapon out, and then, you know, basically you can, when you aim down sights, it goes away, and that's it. Alright, so again, I showed the video of what it looks like and how it functions first, so if you guys want to stick around, stick around. If not, maybe I'll get you on the next one. Alright, let's show you how to do this. Alright, so quickly, I'm just gonna delete that. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm gonna turn on this. So again, all you really need is, if you're gonna have to follow along, I mean, you don't really need it, but this reticle that I made another tutorial for, very simple, only takes a few minutes to do, and you kind of, I don't know if you need it, we'll see. I believe you do, but just to kind of center everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to get out modes, sculpt. Alright, and then in sculpt we're going to stamp it down. Alright, exit it out. L1X will scope back into the actual sculpture, and then this tools button, and then this stretches it and then makes it smaller or whatever. So kind of want to, again, this is preference, so however you want to make your crosshairs. I'm just gonna kind of go a little fast with this, just this part. And then you can kind of take your time and tweak it, and I'd rather kind of almost do more explaining. Alright, so again, L1X will, L1, what is it? What the hell? L1, R2 clones. I've been doing this long enough, I should. And then L2, and then on your right analog stick rotates it. Just make sure to have guides on. It's much better to actually, what I could do is, what the hell's going on? The issue is that I need it to be same, at least close enough, and shoot. Alright, so that's good. Just basically make a cross, kind of. And then what we're going to do is shrink it down. Again, I'll just highlight these all by clicking X, and then down on the D-pad, and then it'll kind of just give you a... Alright, so actually I'm going to make it, it's going to make it big for now. You guys can kind of mess around with how big you want it and stuff like that. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is, before we're going to group these together, alright, so before you do that, you're going to want to hit L1 square, and this will go into the sculpt. And because they're highlighted, it will bring you into, it'll basically, you can switch whatever you switch with one, it'll switch with the others. So we don't want it collidable, we want it visible, we do not want it movable. Alright, so now that should be good for that. Alright, let's group it together, and alright, so now you might hear some like humming, like two little guinea pigs. Alright, so animate. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Is this is going to. All right, so I already animated it, but I gotta delete this because that animation isn't gonna work for that one. All right, so again, if you clicked off it or whatever, you can edit right there, and then again with the little red blobby guy, it lets you know that you are in record mode. So again, we want, do we have guides on? Yeah, guides, probably make it a little smaller. So again, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to scope into this L1X, right? So that will let you do these individually. All right, and with these little dashes, it lets you know that this has been edited. All right, so that one's 3, 4 up. This one's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 4 over, 2, 3, 4 over. All right, that looks kind of big, but whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that is pretty big. Whatever. All right, so again, you're gonna want to go into this keyframe, right? We're gonna this keyframe L1 square, and this is gonna, again, if you don't have this slow power up, slow power down, when you push up on the, when you start moving, it would just snap to it, it wouldn't smoothly do it, so alright, so we have that, and then again it would actually do this. I'll show you. I'll take this keyframe off, and it would actually just do that, you see, and if you hit it and then hit circle off of it, it goes back and forth. So X shows you the keyframe that's being edited, and that's basically what it would look like every time you, but with the power off, power on, it basically gives you a nice smooth transition. Alright, so now what you're going to need is, I took a controller sensor, so you're going to go into your gadgets, and then in this sensors and outputs, or inputs, whatever, you're going to need get a controller sensor. Alright, and then what I did is I just deleted all these little things right here. Guess I'll just do it again. Why not? Delete this guy out of here. Alright, so L1 square opens that up. Alright, so here is what you want. You're going to want this. Again, this is, you can, there's, alright, so here, just get this controller sensor, right? So this is going to power this on. So, oh no, my bad. Left stick. Wait, yeah, left stick moves, and right stick looks up and down and stuff. Alright, so then here where this little imp guy is, this is wirelessly. So again, you can almost already see it moving. Yeah, alright, there we are. So again, that's pretty good. Let's see if I go into play mode. Again, it's not tied to anything yet, so it's not actually like attached to the camera, so it's not moving with us. So alright, and that's why I'll show you why we left that little dot there, the old reticle. Alright, so we're almost there. So we have this. Again, this is all preference. You can move this stuff around. If I took this off again, it would just, see, it just boom, goes right to it really fast. Again, all preference. You can change these, give it slower, faster, whatever you want. And, you can make this your reticle, any, all different, I guess, reticle, whatever. I'm sure there's all sorts for shotguns, all sorts of stuff. Alright, anyways, so I lost myself for a sec. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to go into the show hide, turn this off. Again, this is if you've done all this. You don't need to, I mean, that's really all you need. That's, well, not it. I'll show you how to get it to the camera. I mean, whatever. I'm just blabbering. Just follow along. Alright, so turn this X-ray on. So what you have to do is, there's a microchip right there, and here's the where all our camera stuff is. Alright, this is the timeline that moves the camera up and down and all that. So we're gonna wanna basically, what do I want to do? Alright, I don't even need that really. So what I'm gonna do is we made sure that this is visible, right? And then we're gonna make sure that this top sculpt right here, we're gonna make sure it's not visible, it's not glidable, and it's not movable. Alright, so what's gonna happen here is when we take this and then you touch this little come up L1X to add to group, and you add to group, and you'll know you're at group when it says remove from group. Alright, so we basically are in that group. So now wherever this moves, that will move. Now the issue here is, if you see, it just disappeared, right? Alright, the issue is because this group is now if I go into this, because these are two grouped, this group turns to invisible. Alright, so what you need is, again, I don't think it matters which one, but I usually just put this one as visible. Again, it'll probably switch it with this one too. Say, it usually switches them both, but because the actual sculpt is basically the default, so because of the sculpt is not visible, so now we have to go into here. I believe so. Hang on, let's see now. Yeah, see now, because I have that haze, I'm not in the so what happens is it switches for some reason. The only way around this is to go back into this sculpt and then uncheck that. So now this follows this. Alright, and then that does that, and again, see the old reticles right there, and the reason I left that there is because if we go into edit mode, go into play mode, so if you hit reset with in on the left analog stick and then play with the right analog stick, what you can do is you can kind of now see here's our dot right here, so we want to kind of line that up right in the middle. Alright, so let's make this a little smaller. On the hail. Oh shoot, am I moving the frame? I think I'm moving the... Oh yeah, see that's what happens. You can't do that. So you have to make sure while you are doing this that you're scoped into the to move this, you got to make sure you're scoped into this, because if you're not, you will move this also, or yeah. Alright, so now we have to just go back in, come back out, let's go straight. Alright, so here it is. So don't forget to scope in. We gotta bring this over. Probably make these very small. Kind of want it right in the middle. Alright, so and again, to make these bigger and smaller, just L1 and up on the D-pad or down on the D-pad. If it doesn't seem like it's going, just hit it a couple of times and then it'll work. Alright, so I think that's good, right? So let's see. Alright, so it's right in the middle. Alright. It's got that nice, and then that one goes away because I'd already. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, all you would need to do here is, if you wanted the reticle to go away when you aim, basically, we'll just, don't worry about all this stuff. Just if you were coming from L2, that would be our aim button. We plug it in here and then get a keyframe, and then the keyframe is basically, where is that keyframe? Oh, that's right, I didn't do it for this one. I did it for a different one. So basically what you'd want to do is scope into this and then make this not visible. Alright, so now running around, see, it goes away, comes back, and again, it's all little tweaks of your own. This would be way too big, you know, so we'd want to kind of scope into this, bring it down a little bit. I think that's probably good, but again, now because you did that, it's always going to be off a little bit. The issue is you have to kind of want to go in here because you want to be inside the camera. Oh shoot, I always do that. See, you have to scope in. Well, it's funny because I do it whenever I'm making a tutorial, but when I'm doing it myself, it never really happens. Alright, let's see where that is. I don't think that's... Oh, perfect. Again, you can tweak it a little bit. I still think that's too big, of course. It's way too big. Alright, to get this little reticle away, no, we don't want to get rid of that yet until we have this perfect. So again, let's scope. Alright, see what that looks like. Again, it's slightly, so it has to go up a little bit. Scope in. Alright, that's fine. Again, this is alright, it's pretty good. Again, even that is too big, but for, you know, this tutorial, it's fine. And then what you can do is, to get rid of that now, first you want to actually do this. Put your guy down, then kind of can make this. That's good right there. Alright, so the last thing you'd want to do now is just go into this reticle and then just power it off. And then you can, again, if you move it around, you can power it back on, you know. Again, the other one I made is much better, but this is just for the tutorial. That's weird. Why is it going into L2? It should only power off. Let's see. Oh, that's why. I plugged this into the wrong thing. Should be into result. So now it won't go away. I was hitting L2 and it was going away when I didn't have any weapon equipped. It'll only go away when you have your pistol equipped. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Again, little tweaks you can do. Again, white usually works better for the reticles, but for some reason I have a lot of white in this level, so you can again scope in, and what you can do here is you can go to modes, coat, and let's give it a black like the other one. Alright, that's it. Alright. So I actually like that. Looks pretty good. It's, you know. And then when you're, again, you can add, you know, some recoil to your gun, and then again, bullet spread, because as you're moving, it's definitely not gonna go where you want it to go, especially while you're moving. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. I think I have another little addition to this that I'm gonna make another video on later. So yeah, again guys, let me know what you think in the you know, in the comments, if this was helpful in any way. Hopefully this helped somebody and you could use this. Again, I don't like it that it clips through stuff. You can probably make it the reticle smaller and bring it in closer, and then you can actually even use the reticle as like when it bumps into something, it would basically not make your gun clip through stuff. Say, so like right when it hits that, your gun would go back or something. So again, you know, there's little things you can do with that. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one, and peace.